is Math Unmasked for Unit 8, Lesson 17. Today's lesson is reviewing our last two lessons where we talked about IQR, interquartile range, and box plots, which is a visual summary that we introduced yesterday. Just kind of to recap, IQR splits a data set into 4 equally sized chunks. It gives us a 5-number summary that tells us where does the data start, its minimum, where does the data stop, its maximum, what is the median, the middle of the data, and then what's the median of the first half data, and what is the median of the second half of data, right? And we can see those visually here. Where this line is, and this is always drawn over a number line for us to see that data, this is our minimum number. So if a question was asking you what's the least or what's the fewest or what was the shortest, where it starts is where you would look for that answer. Where our box plot stops, this line, that is our maximum, also sometimes called our quartile 4. And that is where our data stops. That is the greatest value in our set of data. So if a question was asking you the most or the longest or the greatest, this number is the number that it's asking. If a question is asking for a typical value, then we're looking for our median, which is our quartile 2, and that is the line that is in the middle of the box, right? This is our measure of center. This is the center of our data, which isn't always the center of our box, and that's okay. But this is what is a typical link, right? The longer our box stretches, the more variable it is. And we can also see that in our quartile 1 and our quartile 3, right? If these are about equal, then we have about the same amount of data in each one, right? The numbers are closely packed together in the same thing. If we're seeing it really small, that means there's a lot of data, that there's a lot of consistency in that part of the data, okay? So that should give you a piece to review. If you need to go back and look at the last 2 videos to see what is that IQR and a more in-depth explanation of the box plot, please feel free to do so.